to take you through some history today. I'm going to take you through the very early days of SendOutCards. And this is going to be kind of a fun journey. Y'all want to see this? You know, a lot of people say, we live in a highly technical world today. Everything's technical, and technology advances very, very rapidly. You know, we see that, your smartphone today is a new smartphone 3 months from now, and doesn't it kind of tick you off sometimes? You got to buy a new phone like every 3 months because new technologies come out. And that's the world we live in today, and technologies are really advancing things very, very rapidly. You know, we started this business way back, started the technology of this business way back in 2001. Okay, now I want you to think back to 2001. What was technology like in 2001? And wherever that technology was is kind of what we built this whole foundation on. And I'm going to walk you through that process, walk you through the steps that we took to build this, and then show you where we're going as a company. Show you just how sophisticated our system is. Show you why we are a billion-dollar household name in the making. Show you why we are so unique that no one will ever really be in a competition mode with us. Now, we need to catch up in some areas, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So, y'all ready? Y'all excited? Okay, so we're going to start on this. SendOutCards, you see this logo. This logo itself has been an evolution over the years, along with the technologies that we have. Well, I want to show you where this started. This company actually started under this name. Treat 'em Right Solutions. Now, what do you know Treat 'em Right is today? Treat 'em Right is the Treat 'em Right seminar, which is tomorrow. And the Treat 'em Right seminar has been part of our culture since day one of SendOutCards. But most people don't know that prior to SendOutCards, I actually had a company called Treat 'em Right Solutions. Now, this was not a seminar company. Treat 'em Right Solutions was a customer follow-up company. What we did, the plan always was we were going to create a network marketing company to help millions of people to act on their promptings while providing a vehicle for financial freedom. That was always the goal. But you got to understand, back in 2001, we were short on funds. Jody and I were dumping everything we had into this business, building the technology and working on it. We didn't have a card catalog. We didn't have a card editor. We certainly didn't have a send button. We actually had a little teeny Doc 12 printer, real small little thing. You could only do like a couple sheets a minute. You'd have to hand turn them around. It was crazy. We didn't have things that cut the cards down. We had to cut the cards by hand. We had no way to stuff the envelopes. We stuffed the envelopes. You know, we licked the stamps and put them on the deal. Literally, we did that. We didn't realize that you could go buy a sponge and you could put sponge and do that. It took us a while to figure that out. But those were the olden days. And Treat 'em Right Solutions, how we started this business, because we didn't have all of those things that you see today, we had to start somewhere. So what we did is we said, we're going to go out and create a customer base and create some revenue for this company. So we started Treat 'em Right Solutions, and that's exactly what it was. We went out and showed businesses how to treat their customers right. Does that make sense? And so we had solutions for you to treat your customers right. So this is kind of how it worked. So we'd go out. Now, I'm a big motorsports guy, so I actually went out and started calling on motorsport dealerships, motorcycles, snowmobiles, those kinds of things, car dealerships, motorhome places, RVs, stuff like that. Because I bought this kind of stuff, and I knew how I wanted to be treated as a customer. So I went into these people, and it was very interesting how interested they were in my offering. So this would be an example. So we started out, and this is in like 2001, 2002. This is when this primary stuff is going on. So you notice here, this is a snowmobile dealership, and you'll notice we'd go in and we would sell them a 5-card campaign. This is a follow-up campaign. So if somebody came in and bought a new snowmobile, we would set up a campaign, and we'd have to set that up all manually. And I'm going to show you that process here in just a second. But you'll notice, they got a thank you card, a birthday card, a holiday card, and then 2 promotional postcards throughout the year. So 5 times a year after they bought a snowmobile. So this is an example of how it worked. Now I want to show you the process of how this thing worked. Okay, so we had the custom greeting cards. They could put their logo on it. We had this little sales pitch where you could put a message on the inside of the card. We had custom promotional postcards, and this is how we'd go out and show this to them. Now I'm going to show you how we'd set this up. You'll notice here, and I want you to kind of notice this. So we'd go call on a new customer, and a 5-touch campaign as an example. You'll notice there it was bracket priced. So a 5-packet campaign or a 5-touch campaign, if you did up to 150 campaigns a year, it would cost you $14.95 a campaign. That's $3.95 a greeting card and $2.95 for the postcard. And you guys wonder about 62 cents a card? See how that was back then? And all the way up to the 500 people that were doing huge quantities, still the lowest price back then was $3. Look at the setup fees. I mean, it cost like $600 for them to set up their account. What does it cost today? It's free. And then for as little as $9.80, okay, $31, and you get the lowest pricing. And there's no setup fees because everything's automated today. And I'm going to walk you through the process of how that became available. You'll notice on the right side, customer relationship marketing service order form. This is how we'd set these accounts up. So you notice they're 5-touch Idaho Water Sports. They wanted a thank you card, a birthday card, a holiday card, and 2 postcards for Malibu boats. They also sold Moomba boats. And so they wanted the same campaign for both those. So we'd have to set that up. I'm going to walk you through the process how that worked. This was before the send button. Okay? There was no send button. So this was before the send button. Idaho Water Sports decided that they wanted to do a 5-touch campaign. Here's the process. I, as the owner of the company, and I had programmers that worked for us, but they needed our help because there was a lot of work to be done. So I would go in and I would literally act like a coder. So I would go in to set up the account. I'd go IWS. What does that stand for? Idaho Water Sports _TY. What do you think that stands for? Thank you, frontcover.tiff. That was the name of the file. That would call for this artwork. I would have to set up that artwork. I'd have to provide the photography on a disc and bring it back to a graphic designer to set it up. Let's go to the inside of the card. Idaho Water Sports _TY. Thank you, inside left, HN Gordy. Now, who do you think Gordy is? Gordy was a sales rep for Idaho Water Sports. So this is how he would set up his card. I had an order form. He would handwrite his thank you message in the card, and then we would bring that back and scan it into the system under the title IWS TY inside left HN Gordy.tiff. Now keep in mind, I've only shown you the cover and inside left of the card. I still got a whole bunch more to go on this one piece and 4 more to go. So imagine what the setup was to do this. So we do the same thing, the inside on the other side of the card. We'd set up for the inside right, and we'd have the order forms set up that way. Then we'd go to postcards, same thing. Idaho Water Sports Malibu postcard 1. We'd call for the artwork. We'd get all the setups there. I actually have some. In fact, Idaho Water Sports, here is the file for Idaho Water Sports. So it's got all this stuff in it. Okay, this was the packet, what you're seeing on the screen. This is literally the packet. So we would get all the touches in there, all the artwork. We'd have to go in. It'd take us 10, 12 days to set it up, take it to the graphic designer. Graphic designer would put it together, give us proofs. We would take the proofs back to the customer. Here, there's literal proofs. Malibu thank you card. See that? This was a smaller card back then. Now, I'm going to show you something that's interesting. So once we got it all set up, proofs done, they're ready to go, here's how the system worked. They had a contact manager. Now, does that look familiar? This is in 2002. This literal account here was set up actually in March of 2003. Okay? So here's how it would work. Somebody would come in and buy a new boat. We would train that sales rep at the boat dealership. Someone come in and buy a new boat. All they had to do is go in and type in, now this is in the contact manager, they'd have to type in the name and the address of that customer. Then they'd go up to the very top where it says add program, and there was a down button. They could scroll on it and they could choose which campaign. Did they buy a Malibu boat or a Moomba boat? They bought a Malibu boat. So I want them to have a Malibu 5-touch. They'd click on that and the system would take over from there. Now notice over on the right side, it says customer information. Does that look familiar? It's called something different today. What's it called today? That's your action log. It's exactly the same thing, exactly the same technology. So this shows that this actual campaign was created on March 13th of 2003, and the thank you card went out on the 13th. And then the 45-day postcard went out on on April 27th, and then the next 3 are scheduled to go out. All you had to do is click a send button, and it would automatically go call for it. So when Laurie Delk joined, her ID number was 1999, right? So the system would automatically, it would recognize her when she pushed the send button. The system would automatically type it out for her. She never even saw it. It was seamless to her, but it literally was done the same way. 199, remember IWS was Idaho Water Sports? Well, hers was 1999_TY front cover. It would automatically place that in because she called for that certain thank you card. That is how the system works to this day, times hundreds and hundreds of thousands of users. It still works on that same type of technology. Okay? Now, I'm going to use these visuals. You like that? Now, the reason I'm putting this up there, remember, we built this in 2001, 2002, right? So this was the type of technology that was available back then. Now, I'm using this as kind of an analogy or a metaphor, if you will, so please don't take it literal, but I want you to put a visualization in your mind that we built our technology back in 2001, 2002. It was this type of technology that all of that system was built on. Now, today, we have new technology available, don't we? All that fun smartphone stuff. And many of you are saying, when's SendOutCards going to do this? And when's SendOutCards going to do that? All of that has to do with lots of new types of technology. So I'm going to walk you through the process of what we're doing. And you're going to get really, really, really excited for what's coming here with SendOutCards. But I needed to walk you through the process so that you can see just how technical and sophisticated our system is. So what I want to do is I want to show you that on this technology, we built our system layer upon layer. So that represents layer upon layer of code that was written. If you go to the bottom of that very bottom layer that went in there, that was the equivalent of Treat 'em Right Solutions. That was the day when I had to hand type in the messages, had to go do the artwork, scan it in, do all of that kind of stuff. That would be representative of the coding that was at the very bottom of this page. Does that make sense? Then the very next thing that came, the most significant thing that came was this thing called the send button. That would be like the second thing on there. That was, by the way, that to this day is the most sophisticated piece of coding we have. That send button that allows you to automatically have it call for all of this data and send it over. Okay? So that came then. Then you guys wanted more than that. You wanted more cards to choose from. So we added a card catalog, and we added lots and lots and lots of images to the card catalog. That would be like that third tier of coding. Very, very sophisticated, very detailed, tied in with the send card button. Then you wanted, and when I say you, I mean we all wanted pictures. Hey, we can take pictures. And I remember you guys saying, God, I want to be able to put this picture on a card. So we started working on that technology. About the fourth tier up there would be Picture Plus. Then you wanted your own handwriting font. hey, I don't want to have to scan in my handwriting. I want to be able to type on the deal and have it automatically go on the greeting card. Do you have any idea the sophistication of that piece alone? That's one of these layers of programming, by the way. Every single letter of the alphabet, every single number, and all of the other little things that you put in your handwriting font form, right? All get scanned in. Every one of those is a separate variable piece of data that's all programmed in under 1999. Now, there's over 600,000 users on our site, most of which have a handwriting font. So just the fact that you have an account with a handwriting font alone is variable data unlike any other company out there. Now you want to add pictures. And you want to store all those pictures. And that's data, further data that's added to that system. It's very, very sophisticated, very, very cumbersome, and it puts a lot of weight down on the program, okay? So that's the type of technology we're talking about. We could go on and on about the stuff that has been developed and built over the years. And again, this is all built on programming foundation, if you will, that was established back in 2002. And this is really, really good. It's a really good foundation. But there's new stuff now, right? There's new stuff available out there that you can build and write things on. But I want to show you what we've done as a company together, what we have done with this technology. I want to show you that how the why is always more important than the how. I didn't know how we were going to do any of this stuff. All I knew is I wanted to help millions of people to act on their promptings and provide a vehicle for financial freedom. And what we did is we went out and built it one step, one layer at a time, just like I just explained to you. Let me show you what we did in the last 10 years with that, with this system. You guys want to know how many cards we have sent out? We have sent out 98,576,168 cards. That's as of Wednesday night. That's as of last Wednesday night. That is the actual total of cards that have been sent out. 98 million cards on that technology. Now that's in the last 10 years. As we go to new technology and the new stuff I'm going to show you in just a second, you're going to see numbers like that in 1 year. Can you imagine when we'll do 98 million cards in 1 year? Well, that's coming really, really soon. Gifts sent, 2,914,878 gifts. We're just scratching the surface with gifts. In fact, yesterday you saw introduced the SendOutCards Holiday Gift Guide. Is that an incredible little piece or what? Okay, this is the Steve and Vanessa team and the staff at SendOutCards has put this stuff together, and it's not just what's printed, it's what's in the printing. If you open this up and you go through and you see these different types of gifts that are being offered, our gift department today are putting together some of the most incredible gift offerings you will see anywhere. I'll put it up against anybody. But I challenge you, go to Olive & Coco. They are one of the premier gift companies on the internet today, and compare them to us, because we kill them. Our gift offering is better. Our selection is better. The feel-goodness of our products is better. The descriptions of them is better. The pricing is better. Everything about what we're doing is better. We are revolutionizing the gift industry, folks. $100 million industry a year. We are, $100 billion industry a year. We are revolutionizing. We are making it simple for you to send out the perfect gift at the perfect time with the perfect greeting card. Nobody else can do that. And this is shown in here. You want to know, when is your biggest check? When is the biggest check? When does the biggest check show up of the year? January 15th or whenever it is, 10th. January 10th is when the biggest check of the year shows up. Now, it doesn't matter how early you are in this business. That can be the case for every person in this room, whether you're brand new in the business or you're a seasoned veteran in the business. Your biggest check should be January 15th. It all comes down to what you're going to do right now. Let me tell you something. I'm out there building this business. I'm really going to pay attention to this. I want to make sure that everybody that I talk to is familiar with what SendOutCards offers during the holiday season in the name of gifts. Everybody. If I've got a customer base, they need to copy this. By the way, what size is that? Do you think it will go in a... Do you think you might want to send this to your customers? You might want to send this to other people. Those are the things that Vanessa and Steve are going to be talking about, and it's very, very important. To become a billion-dollar household name, to get your residual checks to grow exponentially, you need to leverage the gifting part of our business. You know, right now, 3% of every greeting card that goes out has a gift attached to it. It's time that we make that 33%, don't you think? Can you imagine that if we went from 3% attachment rate just to 10%? Let's say that your customer base, averaging right now 3% of every greeting card, gets a gift attached. Let's say we just move that to 10%. What's that going to do to your commission? It will times it by 3. Leverage the gifting part of the business. This is a great tool to do that. So far, I see a day when this number is going to just expand very, very rapidly. Let's go on to the next one. Commissions paid, $97,894,830. That's how much commission has been paid out to distributors over the last 9.5 years. That's how much commission's been paid out over the last 9.5 years. Now, this is what you're going to want to really start to focus your energies on. And Steve and Vanessa, they're really big on talking about, you know, we get paid to be nice to people. We get paid to be nice to people. And the more niceness that we create, the more money that is generated. I'm here to tell you, and you're going to hear it at the Treat 'em Right seminar. And this is a fact. This is the truth. This is what we're going to do. I'm very bold in this statement, and there's people that tell me I'm crazy all the time for standing on the stage and saying this, but I will continue to say it until it becomes real. The story in your mind becomes a story in your life. Over the course of the next 5 years, we send out cards. You say it right here. It's on film. You can put it on the internet. I don't care where you put it. In the next 5 years, this company will create more millionaires than any company in the network marketing profession. This company will do it. I'm absolutely convinced of it. I know that that's what we're capable of doing. Do you guys believe it? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of people out there saying we can't do it. A lot of people, they're naysayers. You know, those naysayers never having any fun. You think I'll listen to yeah, we can go on about a rap song here for a minute. But there's a lot of those out there, and that's okay. It doesn't matter. And what I've learned over the years is that, you know what? The key is to be like an eagle and stay laser focused on your goal. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what anything's going on social media or anywhere else. The only thing that matters is what our laser focus is. We're revolutionizing a $100 billion gifting industry and a $7.5 billion greeting card industry. And in the process, we're actually revolutionizing the network marketing industry as well, because we get paid to be nice to people. And I don't know of any other company that does that. And we will create those millionaires over the next 5 years. You stay the course with us, folks. You're going to see some incredible things happen. Customers, we put on 491,083 customers on this base. Distributors, 155,488. That's in the history of the company. Okay? We are just scratching the surface with these numbers. Just barely scratching the surface. Now I'm going to show you where we're going. Y'all ready for this? And I'm going to show you what we're putting into this project. When we say we're creating a revolution, boy, we're not kidding. If you had any idea what was going on at the corporate office right now preparing us for this revolution, it would blow your mind. It's requiring every single day, every hour of every day of my efforts, Jody's efforts, and the entire staff at SendOutCards. Steve and Vanessa was a big part of us being able to do this, because with Steve and Vanessa here running field operations and doing an unbelievable job, and you've only seen the beginning of what they're capable of doing, It allows us to really tune in and focus on making the deliverables that you need to be a 2014 technology company. Do you want to see how we're going to do that? Okay, so it starts with building those layers. All those layers we talked about are currently, right now as we speak, being built on a completely new platform of technology equivalent of what you see over here, the smartphone. I'm calling it the smartphone platform. Now, don't take that literal, okay? But it's a smartphone-style platform that all of this stuff is being written on. We already have the sophistication in this layered programming. We just need to put it on that platform, that sophisticated platform. We're in the process of it. We always planned to do this. We always planned to do it, and we had planned to do it in the next couple of years. We had planned to do this shift over to this new technology when we had a certain amount of user base on there. We're not there yet, so we had some time. But we found some challenges. We found some challenges in trying to do new product introductions. We're talking about a brand new mobile application that you're all excited to see. We're talking about a new product called SendSeer that is a platform, a Pinterest-style platform where you can share your card-sending ideas with. All of those things are being developed and can be built on that old platform, but what we have found is that it's going to be far more efficient and far more smooth for us to run it on the new platform. So we have shifted our energies to do this. Now, by the way, this is a daunting task. It is a massive, massive project. So I want to share with you what we have done to do that. So shifting to a smartphone-style foundation. Y'all excited to have that happen? It's very, very time-consuming and very, very technical. This is typically about a 2.5-year project. But here's what we did. We went out and hired the best ITS team in the business, and I'm telling you, they are the best in the business. Steve Terry is our Chief Technical Officer. He is the who's who of the technology industry. He's worked with Fortune 500 companies, many of them. He's worked with teams of hundreds of programmers and developers. He has come in and literally put in a dream team of people. 2 of our programmers have been with us since the early days, which was necessary because they need to know that old coding process. All of the new programmers have come in under his direction, Steve Terry's direction, and we have the who's who of the information technology team. And so they have been put in place to make this happen. This is going to do is clean up our layered coding. It's going to allow for smooth product releases, and it's going to release the best mobile app and Pinterest-style sharing platform. Now, what's cool about this is all of this is going to happen very rapidly. In fact, it's already happening. One of the reasons I wasn't here yesterday is I was intimately involved, which I am on a daily basis, with this programming team to make sure all of these elements and pieces are coming together right. It's taking every hour, every minute of every day to make sure things are ready. Now, I'm going to show you real quick kind of what the timelines look like. So here are the timelines. Now, I don't want you to pay too close attention to the dates, okay, because these are all internal dates. In fact, the in-house club, they're like, don't show those dates. I'm like, well, I'm just going to show the process of what's going on here. If you notice on the left side, these are all of the things that need to be completed in order for us to be the 2014 style company. So project requirements needed. Project requirements needed include staff that we need to add, hardware that we need to put in place, a lot of technical type of stuff, all of which will be in place by mid-November. Conversion phase 2 and 3, those are testing phases, will all be done in that certain period of time. SOC 2.0, SOC 2.0 is the new SendOutCards look and feel. By the way, all of this stuff will happen seamless to you. You won't notice any difference as far as how you use our product at all. We're going to make the experience change very, very minimal, if any. Notice that global API. Global API is going to allow us to integrate with other technologies very smoothly and very efficiently. Okay? So, if we want to tie into Salesforce.com and have them click a button and send a card, it's stuff like that. And all kinds of different possibilities will be available with that global API piece that's going in there. New card editor, new contact manager, new mobile application, all of that stuff is being developed, being done, and you're going to see all this by the time we hit convention in 2014. This will be the 2014 technology company, the best of the best, with the most sophisticated programming available for greeting cards and gifts. That's what we're going to deliver. Okay. So with that in mind, here's what you can expect. Smartphone-style platform will be rebuilt and testing by end of 2013. By 2014 convention, you'll see the 2014 version of SOC. And let me tell you something, folks. Nobody, and I mean nobody, you might see things on social media, whatever, new companies doing this and that. Nobody will be able to compete with what we have with that line right there. Nobody. Because we have those pieces that we have. You're going to experience minimal changes. There'll be a very seamless transition for you, a faster, stronger, better process that you're going to see. This is taking us into 2014 style technology. Here's the team that's going to take you there. This is our executive leadership team at the corporate office. You will notice you got Vanessa and Steve in that picture. Vanessa's there on the bottom row and Steve up there on the top right, along with the rest of the team. Over on the left side, you have Steve Terry. That's the guy I was just telling you about. He is our chief technical officer who put the dream team together, doing absolutely amazing work. We have Glenn Boger, who's been with me since day one. He's the guy that gets the checks out on time. He works with By Design on all of your back office programming. And by the way, all of these departments, they have to interwork together. You got Jeremy Schultz next to him. He's the general manager. He's the guy that makes sure that every single department's talking to each other. We got Steve Schultz next to him. He needs no further introduction. You know what he's doing. You got Melody Marler over on the left side there. She takes care of all of our publication type work and different things. Very involved with the printing process of everything he does. She does the card editor, card designs, all those things. Kim Bateman, she's my older sister. She's over finance. We brought her in. She's worked with Fortune 500 companies over the past 30 years. She's a who's who of the financial world. She's doing absolutely amazing things in SendOutCards to help us in the management of our funds. You know, all this stuff that I'm showing you today, it costs a lot of money. And she is so good at helping us to manage our funds and to do some things to help that take place. By the way, to this day, since day one, to this day, we are a 100% debt-free company. Every check goes out on time, and it will stay that way forever. You all know who Vanessa is. Let me tell you, the more I get to know her, the more you just got to be hanging on for dear life when you're around this woman, because she's just a bundle of energy. And the stuff you've seen so far, I mean, if you saw what was on her desk for what she's going to do in the next 90 days, it will blow your mind. You're just going, really? And it's exciting. It's all stuff that's really going to help you. And then we have Jeanette there, who's over our human resources. It's a wonderful, wonderful team of people. Very excited about what we're doing. Now, you notice there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff, right? You got a new field operations team that's coming in and implementing the presentation, a standardized presentation that focuses on the opportunity of SendOutCards. We're here to gather customers and show other people how to gather customers. We need to get a lot better at showing other people how to gather customers. We need to get a lot better at showing the opportunity of SendOutCards with a $400 investment to create your own greeting card and gift enterprise within the walls of your own home that can create millions of dollars of commissions for you and your family for years to come. We need to get better at that presentation. That is what SendOutCards is about. That is the second of the twofold mission. We're to help millions of people act on their promptings and provide a vehicle for financial freedom. So they're going to really be focused on that a lot. If we can focus on people coming in with that opportunity, you're still going to sign up 5 customers for every distributor. And that's great, because those 5 customers represent volume for each distributor on every level of your business. But we're going to get to where we're signing up lots more distributors. The better we get at those presentations, the better we get at showing the opportunity of SendOutCards, leading with the opportunity of SendOutCards, the more of those reps will come in, which means more customers will come in, and this company will get into this thing called momentum. There are other companies out there right now that have similar compensation structures that are doing exactly the same thing that they are implementing to this day. They're doing those things, and those companies have grown. They've grown rapidly. They've grown fast. There's 2 or 3 of them right now that have gone from 0 to over 700 million in sales in the course of about 5 years, doing exactly the same thing that they're implementing right now. You think you want to follow what they're saying? This is simple stuff, folks. It's fundamental network marketing at its best, and it works. It works beautifully well. When we say we're a billion-dollar household name, we're not just playing around. We know we're very, very strategic about becoming that. We have a game plan in place, and all we need to do is shift our thinking. We just need to shift our thinking the way these guys are talking. Shift your thinking. Another important thing is, yes, this is important. But you want to know what's probably more important? Is this piece here. See that? Now, why is that even more important? That's more important because that helps your brand new distributor get started the right way. You can create duplication on your teams and become a true network marketing company. And that's what we're doing here. This is the team at the corporate office that's helping us make it happen. Now, I want to define what revolution is. This is what revolution is. It's a fundamental shift in power or organizational structure, which takes place over a significantly short period of time. That is the literal definition of the word revolution. Now let's read it again and let it sink in. A fundamental shift in power or organizational structure which takes place over a significantly short period of time. You see what's going on in SendOutCards right now? Do you think there's a fundamental shift going on in SendOutCards? Is it happening in a short period of time? Revolution is not just a catchphrase for our 2014 convention. Revolution is what we're doing. We're revolutionizing the greeting card and gift industries. We are becoming a billion-dollar household name. We are creating more millionaires in the network marketing model in the next 5 years than any other company that exists. We are expanding over the next 7 years into 120 international countries around the world. We are literally becoming that household name. You're going to see the day when most people will hear of SendOutCards and be excited to join. Today, it's a little bit of a challenge to go out there and gather your customers. You're going to see a day when people are lining up to be your customers. That's what we mean, and that's the fundamental shift that's taking place right now. And when those people line up to be your customers, and we're not far away from that, when they line up to be your customer, you're going to see a massive amount of people coming into this business. You know what's funny? You know what's so funny to me is that people, they make comparisons all the time about different network marketing companies, and this comp plan's better than that comp plan, and this comp plan pays better, and you can make more money over here, more money over there. You know, y'all realize how ridiculous that whole conversation is? And let me tell you why. There is one thing and one thing only that drives your check to where it's growing at exponential rates real fast and you get excited about it. There's only one thing that does it for this company and for any other company. One thing. It's called momentum. And no company is any different. The more people that are joining you in the business, the faster your check goes. Now, I can argue all day long about how strong our compensation plan is. And it is strong. It's one of the best out there. But I'm here to tell you that what you're seeing Steve and Vanessa do, what you're seeing the Eagles Nest do, what you're seeing your Eagles do, what you're seeing your certified trainers do, what you're seeing the corporate office do, all of those things collectively together are putting this company into massive momentum, a shift. And we're doing it in rapid time. Now, here is my parting words for you. You've seen a lot of real cool, fun stuff. You're going to see some really neat new technologies come out in Convention 2014. You're going to have all the latest, greatest bells and whistles, and it's going to be pretty, and you're going to be able to show off this app and that app and do this and do that. Are y'all excited for that? But I want to tell you what you want to be more excited about. You want to get as much of a foundation built before convention as you can. Why do I say that? The more foundation you have built prior to convention, when all of this cool new bell and whistle stuff becomes available to you, the more you have to leverage. Does that make sense? Yeah. So the time to really get out there and build your business is right now. You've got to get that foundation strong. You want to get as many people in this as you can, and you have everything you need to do it. You have everything you need. Because I'm going to tell you something right now, and I hope you always remember this. Please, please always remember this. We will deliver all of the latest, greatest, coolest stuff tied in with social media and all this stuff. It's going to be so beautiful, bells and whistles. It's going to be great. But always remember this. The single most important piece of code in the history of SendOutCards from 2001 to the present, and from the present till the end of time, will be this one thing called the send button. That will always be the most significant piece of technology we have. It allows you to act on a prompting instantly, to reach out in kindness to another human being. Let's not lose focus of what this is all about, because that is what it's about. And if we stay focused on being kind to people and showing others how to be kind to people, we're going to get paid a lot of money to be kind to people. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. God bless.